Yes, indeedy. Feed the greedy. All right. It's been 9 days since I last played Rondo. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Something, something, something. Said you're sorry. All right. And shout out to my guy, Red Spit 123 Black Ops. And Red Spit 123 Black Ops says, I'm using the raising defense card wrong. I'm supposed to spend X to set the defense to X, not increase the defense by X. Yet, in the rule book, it doesn't say anything about set and raise. But it is what it is. Not set or increase. But on page 16, section 3, he says, taking 0 damage. There's an example of taking 0 damage and using luminescent to increase it by 1 to get the secondary effect. And then also he says on page 24, there's a supporting draw to show support pile. So there's a weird thing. There's a supporting draw. You get the support pile with whatever that is, and then you place one next to your breath control, and then you tap the other 2 that you draw that you didn't pick and exile those at the end of the turn. They cost 0. Can't use support card if your vote is less than original cost. Exile support card after match, and the non-limited cards return to the breath control area. And there's also 3 cards that get errated in the solo version. Who wants to read the whole book before they play the game? That's that stupid stuff I'll be talking about. But yeah, we're gonna try to play this game again. And then I've pretty much forgotten most of it, but we're gonna crank it up again from the top, basically. What is this? All right. How do we start this thing again? All right. Setting up the game. Set up your area as described on page 5. All right. Got the zeros all around. The Atoma doesn't need voltage. Breath control cards and Kindle and Enamor. Got those out there. First time players skip to first battle on page 26 before reading further. Man, let's do that though. Okay, first battle. Day in and day out, Maria and Sonya clash on the battlefield, wielding swords of legend. Okay, determine who will play as Maria. But can you do this on the solo? See, it's like stuff like this, man. They gotta freaking distinguish. I mean, you're the one writing the book. Distinguish between, okay, who's playing as this and who's playing as this. Shuffle your 10 cards. Doesn't distinguish between the solos, so I guess I'm not doing that. Okay, shuffle the 40 sword cards, then deal 15 to each player. The 10 remaining cards won't be used in the match. Return them to the box. All right, shuffling the cards. Okay. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15. Okay, pretty sure they're not using these cards, but I'm just going to put them on top of the deck box. And really, this is going out of the frame anyway, I'm sure. It's going to take up too much space, but I'll put them on top of there for now. All right. Okay, choose 7 cards for your... Choose 7 cards. The 8 remaining cards won't be used. Return them to the box without showing your opponent. All right, so this time I'm going to make something with healing, because last time I messed up not getting any healing cards. So first of them, I'll place them by the curve. 2 drop, Twos. A lot of twos I got. 4 drop. 2 and a 4. Alright, so Illuminating Etude. And these eroded cards are Crushing Claymore for the solo version, which they could have just put the stupid stuff on the card instead of having it in the book. But Warding a Gate in Misty Pearl, Crushing Claymore, or they could have printed solo versions to swap out. Yeah. Crushing Claymore, Warding a Gate, and Misty Pearl, they're different in the solo mode. But Illuminating Etude, you gain the following bonded effects. When either player takes damage, you may discard this card to increase or decrease the amount of damage taken by 1. Okay, Luminescent, that's what Red Spit was talking about. Taking 0 damage and use Luminescent to increase it by 1 to get the secondary effects. I still say like they could have made better rules. But you gain the following bonded effects. Eliminating. When either player takes damage, you may discard this card to increase or decrease it by 1. Yeah, so like a big thing in the first game was, could I do this to make it be damage or make it not be any damage or something? But I'll put that maybe. Preserving Diamond. At the end of the attack, if your life fell to 0, revive with 2 life. And this is a response. And it's limited, so it doesn't stay like in the breath control area. I can't keep recurring the card. Okay, this is like a comeback if you die mechanic thing, so maybe. Okay, Moonlight Rutile. Your defense increases by 3 until the end of the turn. See, now this one says by the end of the turn. But dude was saying set and increase. I don't know, because it should have said to the end of turn if it's like that. That doesn't sound like... Yeah, matter of fact, I'm going to write that down. Moonlight Rutile. But what about Moonlight Rutile? Pen sucks. But Moonlight Rutile... The great thing about playing multiplayer games is you have 2 or more minds working at the same time versus one player trying to parse the rule book, and then the rule book isn't necessarily written all that great. Your def increases by 3 till end of turn. Alright, so let's see if he was saying makes sense, because it says spend X to set defense to X, not increased by X. So when your defense becomes X, X is the cost you pay to use this card. Okay, so I'm asking you, Red Spit 123, if you meant Enamour was to set defense, not increase it by X. Yeah, that's gotta be. You only have so many moves in the game, so like, you know, you set your defense becomes X. So comment on that. That's like 8 minutes. All right, but Moonlight, your defense increases by 3 till end of turn. I might need that. All right, Igni Cosmos. Magic attack 1. Okay, that's just a straight up 1 ping that cannot be defended. That's something I remember about the game. Probably not that. Black Blade. Your opponent can't respond to this attack. Physical attack. I think if they have defense, then that stops. Defense is like armor. It can't stop magical attacks. Okay, your opponent can't respond. Since I'm not playing a human, I don't think I should play that. Alright, Tender Whisper. You gain 4 life. This is limited, so it's 1 time in the game. I don't know. Okay, Day Spring Cantata. Your attack increases by 2 till the end of turn. That's a limited, so probably not. All right, Dancing Dagger. After resolving this attack, you may pay 1 to use this card again. Physical attack. Man, how many magical attacks do I have? 4. Okay, if you have 0 cards in your hand after playing this card, this attack becomes magical attack 6. Okay, we're playing that. X is half your opponent's current life rounded up. Yeah, let's play that. And then this attack ignores your opponent's defense. Yeah, looks like we'll play that. Only this one is limited, just once. Okay, so then we got to get 4 more cards. So after resolving this attack, you may pay 1 cost to use this card again. Okay, let's try to get some heals since we didn't do that last game. Your opponent gains the following bonded effect: poison. Man, I love poison stuff though. Man, this makes me want to get some. Okay, that's limited, gain 4 life. Luminescent. When either player takes damage, you may discard this card to increase or decrease that damage by 1. Yeah, that's what I was dealing with last time. Could I do a thing or not? And then the book didn't seem to be able to explain it to me correctly. Alright, I really don't even see any heal cards, so this persevering crap, but I might end up needing this, but man, let's go with this poison though. Screw that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then get 1 more card. Your opponent can't respond to this attack. I think I already decided against that one. And then Crushing Claymore. Oh, that Crushing Claymore, that changes in a 1-player game. Alright, so Crushing Claymore, you gotta consult the stupid rule book. They could have just printed the crap on the card. So stupid. Alright, but 24. Read how stupid this is. Player rules. Some sword cards have alternate effects during a solo game as described below. Okay, make sure I don't have any of these. Dancing Dagger? Nah. Okay, so Crushing Claymore, secondary physical attack. Choose 1 of the muse's actions. The muse will not perform that action on their next turn. Yeah, that sounds like a winner to me. Alright, and then Misty Pearl, Warding a Gate. Don't have those. Alright, let's try with these 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your opponent gains the following bonded effect at the beginning of your turn. Lose 1 life. Alright, so I'll be hitting them for 1, I think, no matter what. Man, the concept of this game seems stupendous. But the fact that the rules might seem a little nutty. I don't know. But I mean, hopefully we can learn it. So basically, this is a gauntlet of trying to beat 5 of these muses, which is the Atoma, the robot player. All right, we both start with 15 life. Okay, so I made my deck. Okay, setting up a solo game. Set your stuff like 5. Shuffle the 40 sword cards. Do the same for the 20 muse cards. Form the muse deck. Draw 15 cards from the sword deck and choose 7 of them to build your hand. Shuffle the 8 remaining cards back into the sword deck. Alright, so they don't go to the off. They go back into the sword deck. Do I add those in there too? It won't be used for the game. Take the top 15 cards from the sword deck and keeping them face down. Okay, shuffle the 8 remaining cards back into the sword deck. Take the top 15 cards from the sword deck, keeping them face down. Place them next to your area to form the support pile. Return the rest of the sword deck to the box. It won't be used for the game. Okay, so let's... The ones that were gonna be the enemy's deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my deck. We put those back into the deck. And then we'll make a 15 card support pile. See, they could have went on ahead and really, like, if I was writing this book, they could have just defined support pile right there too, to form the support pile. Rule book writing is a real science. Don't want to be reading the whole thing to make sense out of stuff. You could just as stuff is introduced, explain what it is. Okay, return the rest of the sword deck. Take the top 15 cards, keeping them face down, next to your area. We said 15? Top 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Man, these are all correctly aligned. That's nice. 15. Rest going back to the box. Alright, draw one card from the Muse deck and place it face up next to the second attribute board. Set the Muse's attribute board using the base stats listed. Place the life stone on 15. You don't need to place the green die, as Muses don't use voltage. Okay, so they got the Reclusive Ivy Dodona with 2 attack, 2 defense, and 1 initiative. So I get to take one turn before they get to start. So 2 defense, 2 attack. And you are now ready to begin your first match. Once you've defeated your opponent, repeat step 5 and begin another match. You win if you can defeat 5 muses in a row. Lose even 1 match, however, and it's game over. Crimer's Trial. For your first match, try using Slashing Saber, Black Blade, Hibiscus Flare, Spectral Lupine, Preserving Diamond. Oh, I thought I got one of those, maybe not. Warding a Gate and Misty Pearl to fight Creamier, the first of the muses. Will you be able to defeat your first opponent without calling on the power of the supporting draw? They could have went on ahead and just define supporting draw too. Man, let's see where the supporting draw is at. Because I think I was wondering, what is the supporting draw? Yeah, they don't define it until page 25. Alright, so as in a 2-player match, you and your Muse opponent will alternate taking turns. You'll go first unless otherwise stated on your Muse's card. Muses will skip their turns until you have taken a number of turns equal to their initiative. 1 initiative. Muses don't use the Enquicken card. Muses will not act until you have taken a number of turns equal to their initiative. The Muse Swani, for example, will start taking turns after you finish your 3rd turn. On their turn, a Muse will perform all of their actions described on their card in order from top to bottom. Once they performed all their actions, the Muse ends their turn. While a Muse's actions don't have a cost, any tribute effects listed must be resolved. Tributes are ETBs. A Muse will only perform actions with a limited icon once. On the following turn, skip that action. Okay, nice. Okay, so she doesn't have any limited. Alright, some Muses perform the same action multiple times in a row. Although the action is only described once, be sure to resolve that action however many times it is shown. Okay. Resolve a Muse's response effect every time your actions trigger it, unless something is preventing the Muse from doing so. Okay, response. She does have 2 responses. 1 response. Okay, Occasionally, you may encounter muses with a golden background. These muses legends are known far and wide and thus are particularly powerful. Player rules. Some sword cards have alternate effects during a solo game. Clutching Claymore, I was talking about. While battling a muse, you may pay 2 costs to perform a supporting draw. You can't perform a supporting draw if the support pile is out of cards. It did go into the solo rules, but like it's just so much of a dump. I guess I wasn't knowing what it was. All right, first battle. I'm taking it that this is the first multiplayer battle. It doesn't say first solo battle, but I'm guessing it's giving you 2 players. Stupid lore getting in the way too. Okay, opponent. So I mean, they could have easily put like just competitive battle, 2-player battle. All right, but I think we semi have it until we run into snafus. All right, but Black Ritual, physical attack. You can't respond to this attack. Physical attack, whatever she has on the attack stat. And then Zealous Ritual, physical attack. And this attack negates your defense. And then Repelling Ward is a passive response. Place the attacking card under this card for the rest of the match. You may not use the card under this card nor any card with the same name. Okay, a passive response. Place the attacking card under this card for the rest of the match. You may not use the card under this card or any card with the same name. Okay, passive and response. Okay, response. When resolving the effects of a face-down Gambit card, choose one to turn face up and resolve its effects before deciding whether or not to use another face-down Gambit card. Gambit card's effects are only resolved during your opponent's turn. Unless it's specifically stated, cards without a response effect can't be used in response, or cards without a response effect must be played face down in your play area. Passive and response. Okay, passive. The ability remains active for the duration of the match. Okay, response should be... Okay, to use a face-down Gambit card response... in order to use a Gambit card, one of the discipline symbols listed to the right of the response effect must match the discipline symbol on the action you're responding to. When a Gambit card is used, if it's turned face up and its effects are resolved before your opponent resolves the action... Okay, when you play this card, place it in your play area face down. At the end of your turn, it does not return to your hand, nor is it discarded. During the opponent's turn, if they perform an action with the discipline symbol that matches one of the symbols listed to the right of your response keyword on your face down Gambit card, you may choose to turn your Gambit card face up and resolve its effects. Okay, traps. When using more than one Gambit card in response to an opponent's action, turn your Gambit card face up and resolve their effects one at a time in the order of your choosing. At the end of your opponent's turn, discard any Gambit cards you use. Return Gambit cards that you didn't use and are still face down to your hand. Okay, I mean response, red and blue, whatever that means. Place the attacking card under this card. For the rest of the match, you may not use the card under this card or any cards with the same name. Alright, so she does 2 physical attacks. One that ignores my defense and one that can't be responded to. Okay, so I get to take 1 free turn. And then how do the turns go again? I think I get an automatic voltage every turn, I think. Yeah, so... Okay, where's the taking a turn section? Okay, at the beginning of your turn, increase your voltage by 1. Voltage can't exceed 9, so going 1. At the beginning of your turn, you suffer voltage can't. If your voltage is already 9, at the beginning of your turn, you suffer a voltage burst and lose 1 life. Okay, didn't highlight that. Already at 9, lose 1 life. Okay, so you can't go to 9, can't go to 10, can't exceed 9. Okay, resolve your beginning of turn bonded effects. Resolve your familiar's beginning of turn effects. Okay, play 1 or more cards from your hand. The total cost of the cards can't exceed your voltage. Gambits are played face down. Clean up. Move all cards with a limited icon in your play area to your discard pile. In limited icon, return all other face-up sword cards in your play area to your hand. Return all breath control cards in your play area to your breath control area. Your opponent returns all face down cards in their play area to their hand. Okay, you can't leave trap set. Okay, discard pile for these. Not exile. Why do I have this crappy pen here? Move this pen. Sharpies. Alright, think we're somewhat ready to go. Alright, so I have 1 voltage to work with, 1 mojo. So I really didn't draw any 1-drops. I just have 1 2-drop. 2, 3, 3. And this is a recurring hand game. Okay, so your defense becomes X. X is the cost you paid to use this card. Okay, my defense becomes... I think I put this in my discard pile, I think. Alright, so your defense becomes X. I spent 1, make my defense becomes... Yeah. Okay, so my defense becomes X. X is the cost you use to pay this card. And again, I'm shouting out to Red Spit 123 Black Ops. Because that card Moonlight says your defense increases by 3 to the end of turn. So I think Enamor just makes it become that permanently, or else it would also say until the end of the turn. That's what I think. Alright, so end of my turn, I'll return this to my breath control area, I'm pretty sure. And then I pass turn. They only have initiative 1, so they waited for me to take turn 1. They now get to go. So their moves are physical attack. You can't respond to this attack. So I'm pretty sure that their attack of 2 minus my 1 defense would knock me down to 1. And then they do another physical attack, which ignores my defense. So taking 2 more damage. And then they do passive. Place the attacking card under this card for the rest of the match. You may not use this. You may not use the card under this card, nor any card with the same name. Now, can they keep more than 1 card under there like that? Like every card I try to use to attack them? I don't know. This game could seem to use some explaining, but we'll see. Alright, alright, my turn. So I go to 2 voltage. After resolving this attack, you may pay 1 cost to use this card again. I can do a physical attack, but then they have this passive response. Maybe it's only towards the red and the blue cards, maybe. It said to the right, though, too. It did say to the right of theirs. So maybe if I just throw green attacks at them, but I just got red and blue right now. Red and blue. Okay, so place the attacking card under this card. For the rest of the match, you may not use the card under this card, nor any card with the same name. You meaning me, I'm sure. The opponent. Why didn't it say like opponent or something? It sounds stupid. Alright, after resolving this attack, you may pay 1. So I guess I'm not gonna do that. I guess I'll make it hit for. Well, I got 2. Nah, but I'd rather just bump up my defense and stuff. So, alright, I got 2. Man, let's see these breath control cards. Okay, play one or more cards from your hand. The total cost of the cards you play can exceed your voltage. Choose a breath control card from your breath control area or sword card from your hand and place it in your play area. If you choose a gambit card, place it face down. The number in the top left of the card indicates the cost you must play to play it. Your voltage does not decrease when you play a card. Instead, it serves to indicate a maximum total cost you can spend on your turn. All gambit cards have a cost of 1. Blue highlight that. And the Nammer's cost, however, is however much you choose to pay. If you play the card face up, resolve its effects. Okay, so I guess I don't have to put those in an area, it sounds like. Move all cards with the limited icon to your discard pile. Return all face-up swords. Return all breath control cards in your play area to your breath control area. So I guess you do put it in the play area, which is next to their. Place your breath control cards here. Place the cards you play on your turn. I guess you can only do it once. I'm not sure. Didn't seem all that clear. But your defense becomes X. X is the cost you paid to use this card. Okay, I think I get it. I think when Red was telling me about it, I think they're like, you gotta pay to make it that much. So you gotta keep on paying. You don't just tick it up 1 for this. Alright, so I'm guessing my defense becomes X. So I'll make my defense 2 because I'm spending 2 now. Spend 2 voltage to make it 2. Cleanup phase. Next, okay. And then enemy's turn. They do physical attack. I can't respond. They do another physical attack. They ignore my defense on this one, so I'm down to 2, down to 10. Okay, and then they didn't get to do the passive. Okay, my go. Go to 3. Okay, I got a 3-drop. 2 3-drops. I can put the poison. Oh man, but I can't use it again. But as long as I get it off though. Okay, so I find that like cards with poison effects, it's best to do them as early as you can. Secondary, your opponent chooses 3 cards from their hand and reveals them to you. Choose 1 card and discard it. Return the remaining cards. Crushing Claymore does. Okay, because it wouldn't make sense to even play this card when they don't have a hand. So what does that do? Then they could have also just put a thing like a note on here to say in the solo version. They could have just wrote on the solo version, this card does this, but I don't agree with that choice. Okay, so I gotta flip through the book. Crushing Claymore. Choose 1 of the Muse's actions. The Muse will not perform that action on their next turn. So I can only use this once anyway. Alright, well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna. Oh, I can make them not be able to do that passive. Right? Right? Okay, choose 1 of the Muse's actions. The Muse will not perform that action on their next turn. So they can't do the poison. Then I drop the poison on them. And then if I get 2 poisons on them, but I would have to do this like turn 5, then drop 2 of these on them next turn after that. Well, your next turn, not the current turn. Choose one of the muse's actions. The muse will not perform that action on their next turn. I mean, who cares as long as they don't have the binded. Okay, let's see. For the rest of the match, you may not use the card under this card, nor any card with the same name. I'm pretty sure they'll still be binded, but I don't know. Alright, so I got a Dripping Dirk. This just stops him from using something next turn. So I guess my best course of action is to put the Dripping Dirk on him. Alright, so 3. I'll spend all 3 of my voltage. And then that will do, your opponent gains the following bonded effect at the beginning of your turn. Lose 1 life. Okay, bow, that goes under there. They're bonded though. Beginning of their turn, they'll lose 1 life. Okay, and then I'll pass turn. It's their turn. They physical attack. I can't respond. I take 2. I block 2. I take 2. I can't ignore that damage though. I'm down to 8. They got the response thing. Oh, at the beginning of their turn, they lose 1 life. Yeah, because they're bonded. At the beginning of their turn, lose 1 life. Nice. All right, so they're down to 14. I'm on 8. My turn. Gain a voltage. 4. This technically would be in the discard pile, I guess. But it goes under them anyway, so I guess it'll stay there. Okay. So I got 4 now. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm in a okay position. I should have got some healing cards, but I didn't draw any though. Alright, so 4 drops. Let's look at my options. Magical attack 3. If you have 0 cards in your hand after playing this card, this attack becomes magical attack 6. Yeah, that was kind of stupid, because how am I gonna play all my cards? It's kind of stupid. Alright, so magical attack X. X is half your opponent's life rounded up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that since I have 4. Yeah, let's not even worry about it. So let's do 4. Spend all 4. And then they do have this passive thing. And this is limited anyway, so like it would be I mean, it basically leaves my hand anyway. Place the attacking card under this card. For the rest of the match, you may not use the card under this card, nor any card with the same name. Alright, so yeah, X is half your opponent's current life rounded up. So they'll go down to 7, from 14 to 7. 14 to 7. Okay. My go. They got the bonded poison, so they'll go down to 6. And then they do that 2 attack. I block that. They do the 2 that's unblockable. Takes me from 8 to 6. They have that passive, which they're already taking advantage of that passive. My turn. Go to voltage 5. Alright, so this was a rather easy boss right here. Alright, so I just throw 5 at it. They have 2 defense, they'll take 3. It seems like the best thing to do, right? I can do magic attack 3. Oh no, this is just a regular physical attack. Okay. So I gotta buff up my physical attack for this to do damage like that, which I have none right now. Okay, so I haven't done the support draw yet, but I have options though. Okay, I see how this could be good if you spend your cards, those limited cards, and then she's gonna make me spend the cards anyway. All right, so this is getting thinky. I think I'm kind of almost getting the game now. Your opponent chooses 3 cards from their hand. Oh yeah, this is the Crushing Claymore does Choose one of the muse's actions. The muse will not perform the action on their next turn. Alright, I need to buff up my physical attack. I can't even do that again, so I think the best thing to do is, can I keep on doing Enkindle, or... Man, let's see again. Okay, using cards. Players may use breath control and swords cards by placing them in their play area. Some cards have effects that are resolved as though the card was newly placed into their owner's play area. A player may choose to use Dancing Dagger's effect to use the card again. If they do, resolve the attack again. Attacks are resolved. Pay to use the card if it has a tribute effect. If the defending player has any face down gambit, the attacking player determines their attack or the attack. The defending player determines their defense, including the effects of... Man, let's go ahead and highlight those too. That might be important. Calculate the base damage. The attacking player may use Luminescent. I guess that's a response. The defending player decreases their life equal to resolve secondary effects resolve at the end of the attack, such as Warding Gate. And let's just go ahead and highlight it. Cards with bonded or such effects. Familiars. My question right now is, can I just keep on using Enkindle? Can I just use this card 4 times in one turn? It says put the card in your play area. Okay, actions. Choose a breath control card from your breath control area or a sword from your hand and place it in your play area. Play 1 or more cards. The total cost of the cards can't exceed your voltage. Choose a breath control from your breath area and place it in your play area. The number in the top left indicates the cost you must pay to play it. Your voltage does not increase. It serves to indicate the maximum total. All gambit cards have a cost of 1, and Enamor's cost is however much you choose to pay. Enamor is how much you choose to pay. Yeah, so Enkindle is only 1 time per turn, it sounds like. Because it has a 1 bite, you can only use it once, I think. Alright, so increase my attack by 1. Put that in the play area. So what was I on? 6? Yeah, 6. Alright, so I'm down. I got 4 left. 4 floating. I could do that draw thing. If you have 0 cards in your hand after this, 6 damage. Attack ignores your opponent's defense. I've only got 1 attack. Your opponent gains the following effect by... I can't even use this again. I can make them forget about their thing. I've got a clock of at least 3 turns, right? Because they're only dealing me 2 damage every turn. Alright, so I do I do Crushing Claymore, then they forget their response next turn. And then I can put another poison on them and then slowly take them down from there. Which is what I'll do. Alright, so I'll spend 3. Crushing Claymore does choose one of your muse's actions. The muse will not perform that action on their next turn, which is a passive. I think I can do that, so that's what I'll do. Spend 3. I'm down to 1. Oh, I can't even play it again because it's already out there. I can't play that. I can't do that because it's already there. Oh, no, I'm doing Crushing Claymore. Okay, so Crushing Claymore comes out. Put that under there. They can't do their passive thing is what I'm choosing next turn. I have one floating. And then with that one floating, I'll bump my defense up one. Oh, your defense becomes X. X is the cost you use to. Oh, so it doesn't work like that. Okay. I think I get what they're trying to say. So yeah, you got to spend X to make your defense become that. So I got one floating, can't do anything with it. That's cool. All right, that makes sense. All right, so now their turn. They take one poison damage. They do 2 on me. I block 2. They do 2 on me. I take 2. Down to 4. And then I made them forget that they have that passive. So I can do my other deal. I can play the copy of the card that I want to play, the poison. All right, so I'm on 6. I'm on 6. I'll play another poison on them. Yes, I'll play another poison on them. It's bonded to them, so they got 2 poisons. And then again, this Crushing Claymore does choose one of the muse's actions. The muse will not perform that action during the next turn. And then their action is Repelling Ward, which is passive in response. Place the attacking card under this card. For the rest of the match, you may not use the card under this card, nor any cards with the same name. So I guess I can negate that with the Crushing Claymore. It makes sense to me. Even though it's passive, I'm not exactly sure, but I'll take it though. All right, so the math might even be against me. I'm not sure, but all right. So I have what? I spent 3. I got 3 left. Oh yeah, that goes back. So I'll do. Oh yeah, this physical attack does nothing. All right, so I'll enkindle. They cost me 1, 3 plus 1 is 4. Oh, I can't do that draw thing. Okay, 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so now my attack is 2. 3 plus 1 is 4. My attack is 2. They have 2 armor, so now if I have 0 cards in hand after playing this card. Oh, magic attack is 3 anyway, but 4. All right, so I guess I will do a support draw, even though if I don't, I mean, if I spend both of these cards, but I might not live that long. So I'll do the support draw, draw 3, and then I can keep 1. Oh, response at the end of the attack, place this attacking card under this one. Place the attacking card under this one. Oh, that one has a different thing in solo. On their next turn, the muse will not perform any attacks with the same name as the attack that I responded to. They have a passive, so I might be playing this wrong with the thing that I did, double poisoning them, but it is what it is. All right, so I can just stop them from hitting me from 4-2, which sounds like a good idea. All right, no, I'm spending my last 2 to do this thing right here. Okay, gain 4 life. That didn't sound bad. Your attack increases by 2 to the end of the turn. I just take gain 4 life. All right, so I put these 2 out here tapped to show that I spent 2 to put this in my hand or something. And then I think this card is always free or something it said, but I don't know. All right, so that was my turn. Their turn. They lose 2 life from poison. They're at 3. They deal me 2. I block 2. They deal me 2. They ignore my defense, so I'm going down 2. Oh man, I think there's something like when they die, they come back. Oh no, that was just the first chick, I think. All right, so they dealt me 2. Passive. Doesn't affect me because I didn't attack anything. My turn again. Go to 7. These get exiled. Exile there. Okay, I got 7 to play with, so As long as I do 1 damage to her, she loses. So yeah, all I really have to do is magical attack 3, spin 4, magic attack 3. That goes past the defense, the armor. So first Muse is out of there. All right, clean up. Move all fate. Well, move all face-up cards with the limited icon in your play area to your discard pile. Okay, let's go back to this section. Supporting draw. You may only use a support draw during the match in which it was drawn. Remove it from the game at the end of the match, whether or not you used it. Okay, so that was that. And then move this out of there too. And it's a dungeon crawl that was just boss 1 of the mini, the 5. All right, take all my cards back. 1, 2, 3. 1 trophy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, got my original 6-card deck. Defeated the donor. And then we go to match 2. Okay, each time you defeat a Muse, reset your attack, defense, and voltage to 0 and your life to 15. 15, 15. They have something 0, 0. Man, that was a longer match than the first match from the first game. All right, occasionally you may encounter Muses with a gold background. Cool. All right, got my hand. Muse number 2. All right, that's Frieza. Not Frieza, but Frieza. 0 attack, 2 defense. Swap that around. Okay, she has rejection, which is limited, which is 1 time. How does that go? X is half of your current life rounded up. Your current life rounded up. That sounds crazy. And indiscriminate attrition, magic attack 3, tribute the Muse takes 3 damage, and then decay, magical attack 1. All right, so how does that work with the limited? How do they do that? They only do it 1 time. Okay, a Muse will only perform actions with the limited icon once. On the following turn, skip that action. All right, cool. All right, so they have initiative 2, so I get to play 2 turns before they get to take their first turn. So, all right, and again they have 0 attack, 2 defense, initiative 2, magic attack X. X is half your current life rounded up. Okay, so I want to knock its life down as far as I can before they get to do that. And then they have magic attack 3. And then they also take 3 though. And then they have 1 attack. So they're just doing 4 damage to me at least every turn. That's rough. Okay. All right, so turn 1, 1 voltage. So my defense doesn't even matter since they're not throwing physical attacks. So I just gotta go because the magic goes right past the defense, which is just like armor. Magic just hits you right in the brain. So magic is like Professor X in a Juggernaut trick. All right, so increase my attack by 1. So I'll spend my 1 on. Go 1. And they have 2 defense, so I got to get beyond that too. All right, so all right, end of my turn. Clean up. That's turn 1. Turn 2, they skip it. Turn 2 goes to me. I have 2 now. I got 2 options. I don't want to do this because there's no point in doing it. I could do a support draw, or I could enkindle, which I think is better to enkindle 1 time. Man, but I am leaving 1 on the table though. Drawing a random card, whereas, you know what? Let's just do the enkindle. Go to 2. And then my turn ends. I got 1 floating, nothing to use it on. All right, so they skip 2 turns. Turn 3, they get to go now. And then, all right, so they're gonna do. I didn't do any damage to him. I should have did some damage to him, but it hardly matters. All right, so magic attack X. X is half of your current life rounded up. So 15 divided by 2, that's 7. So 8. 8. This is rough. All right, so I'm down there. 7. 8 and 7. 15. All right, then they do 3. They take 3. So 1, 2, 3. They take 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. And then they deal 1 damage. This is rough. I'm down to 3 already. Second swing. All right, my go. 3 voltage. Yeah, I had no way to hit him except for 1, which would have been just 7 damage instead of 8. Yeah, which would have sucked too. All right, gotta do what I gotta do. So I gotta figure out a way to gain some life right here. I can put poison on him, but that's not really helping my case too much right now. Magic attack, not helping me. I'm only on 3 anyway. Your opponent chooses 3 cards. Oh, Crushing Claymore. They can't do a thing next turn. Man, you know what? I should have freaking Crushing Claymore. Oh, I can't because it costs 3. Okay, so Crushing Claymore. All right, I guess I better do what I gotta do. Your opponent chooses. No. Crushing Claymore. They can't do a thing next turn. Choose one of the muse's actions. The muse will not perform that action on their next turn. All right, so naturally, they're not doing the first thing anymore because it's limited, but they're not going to do the second one to deal me 3 damage. They're not going to do that next turn. Oh, physical attack. Okay. Secondary. So I do 2 damage to them. I'm spending all 3. I'm doing 2 damage to them. So that takes them from 12 to 10. And then secondary, your opponent chooses. No. They don't get to. Oh, yeah. Physical attack and secondary, they can't do the second thing, indiscriminate. So, okay. So this one is in my discard pile. Discard, I think, is over here. Limited, can't use it but once. And past my turn, their turn, they don't do that anymore. They skip that one this turn. They deal me 1 damage. I'm down to 2, which is horrible. I get a voltage my turn. 4. Oh, no. Okay. Man, they still have to deal with the tribute though. They still have to deal with the tribute. I remember reading that. They still have to deal with the tribute. So they go from 10 to 7. They still have to do the tribute. I read that. Okay. Okay, so we're at 7-2. My turn. Turn 4, because last time was turn 3. All right, if I had any kind of life steal, that would be the bee's knees. I got 4. Okay, what if it's a double KO? I have 2. Okay, so 2, 4. Oh, they have defense, so they have defense. They have defense. So no point in throwing physical attack, really. Your opponent gains the following bonded effects. Poison. That's not going to help me. Magical attack. If you have 0 cards in your hand, but it's a 3, so 7 to 3, that's 4. Still not enough. Man, I can't play the 5 drop, so yeah, this is rough. Rough as crap. All right, I think I lost this one already. I could throw 3. That'll take them down to 4. Then it's going to hit itself for 3, but they'll be on 1. I'll be knocked out by the time I take that 3 damage. Okay, maybe not. Okay. I think I might have did this wrong last time, game 2. But Dripping Dirt, that's going to be your opponent gains the following bonded effects. So if I enkindle 1 time, making my attack 3, deal them 1 damage. It's still, I mean, still sucks. So deal them 3. Deal them 1. They get poisoned. They'll be down to 5. And then still same difference. Man, it's hard to get around that magical damage. I didn't draw any healing cards. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Well, I could double KO. That's about the only thing I could do. All right, so cost 4. X is half your opponent's current life rounded up. So they have 7. They'll take 4. Takes them down to 3. 3. That's my whole 4. This goes to my discard. And then it's their turn. Oh, yeah, they knocked me out before they get knocked out. No, we both. Oh, tribute, though. Tribute happens first, right? The Muse takes 3 damage. The Muse takes 3 damage. Indiscriminate attrition, so 3 damage. Okay, so they're hitting me for 3 magical attack, but it tributes, so they have to take the 3 as well. How does that work? While a Muse's actions don't have a cost, any tribute effects listed must be resolved. A Muse will only perform actions with a limited icon once on following turns. Skip that action. On their turn, the Muse will perform all of their actions described on their card. Once they performed all their actions, the Muse ends their turn. Muses will not act unless they've taken a number of turns equal to their initiative. Unless you have taken a turn, the Muse will start taking turns. Hold on. Muses, the Muse Shania, for example. Why not write Shania on there? For example, will start taking turns after you finish your 3rd turn. Let's look up Shania. Because maybe they weren't even supposed to take their turn yet. Okay, Sinai has an initiative of 3, which she takes her turn after I take my third turn. So I took 2 turns and then Frieza went. That's right. It's like, why bring up Sinai, but Sinai's not even in the picture. My eyes are good still. Some muses perform the same action multiple times in a row, although the action is only described once. Be sure to resolve the action however many times it's shown. Resolve a muse's response effect every time the action triggers. Each time you defeat a muse, reset your attack to 0. Occasionally you may encounter muses with player rules. Some swords have while battling a muse you may. Man, but what happens in the case of a double KO though? See, this rule book, man, it's not going in the. Each time you defeat a muse. Okay, as in a 2-player match, you and your muse opponent will alternate taking turns. You'll go first unless otherwise noted. Muses will skip their turns until you've taken a number of turns. Muses will not act until on their turn a muse will perform. When the muse's actions don't have any cost, tribute effects must be resolved. Actions don't have a cost, any tribute effects must be resolved. They don't say the timing though. Man, you know what? For the sake of the video, I'm just going to keep on going. Because we really double KO'd. They dealt 3 damage to me. I dealt 3 damage. Well, I mean, they dealt 3 damage to themselves and me. But we're just going to treat it like the tribute is an ETB. So they enter the battlefield. They deal 3 damage to themselves, knock themselves out. And I'm still living. That's probably not how it is. But for the sake of getting this solo campaign done, we will act as though that's such. All right, going to the 3rd muse. But I'm still stuck with my same deck. I drew no healing cards. Key to this game may be to draw healing cards in your initial 15 cards, which I did not do. All right, these go back to my hand. These are there. Support draw if I need it. And 3rd muse. All right, Daisy, the hedonistic bandit chief. 2 initiative, so I take 2 turns first. She has 2 attack, 2 defense. Whoa. All right. What was I? Yeah, reading Daisy. The muse's attack increases by 1. I don't care what anyone thinks. I call the shots around here. Shut up, Daisy. The muse's attack increases by 1, so I just up my defense, then I'll be good. Physical attack, secondary. Choose 3 cards from your hand and shuffle them face down. Choose 1 at random and discard it. Return the remaining cards to your hand. Okay, so that will make my 1 card good if I get lucky. The Hibiscus Flare. If I lose, go to no cards in hand. Alright, so physical attack, Hope Crushing Impact, secondary. Choose 3 cards. Okay, physical attack and choose 3 cards from your hand. And so your is me. Choose 3 cards from your hand and shuffle them face down. Choose 1 at random and discard it. Yeah, that's crazy. Alright, so they're right there. Then I take my first turns. I think I want to just focus on putting the poison on them, really. But definitely get my defense up. I'll spend 1 first turn. Get my defense up. Yeah, I see what he's talking about with the defense, but it was just hard to verbalize it, I think. Red Spit talking about 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I spent my 1 on that. I could have went attack, but I went defense. Man, but it's kind of stupid because this is an all or nothing thing. Your defense becomes X. X is the cost you paid to use this card. So while I'm doing that, I might as well, like, if I'm going to bump my defense later, then I might as well just not even do it now. Just bump my attack right now. Yeah, that sounds smarter. Because that enamel card, that's all or nothing. So me spending 1 right now means nothing if I'm going to use it on turn 2. To spend 2 on it if I did. All right, but anyway, all right, turn 2. They skip their turn 2. My turn 2 is... I can now spend both of those. Oh. They only physical attack once. Oh, but that stuff goes up, though. Okay, so I'm going to spend my turn 3 to do Dripping Dirt. Therefore, I might as well just bump my attack again. All right, so... Oh, okay. Well, turn 2 I can do Enkindle, increase my attack 1 to make it 2, and then spend the other one to Enamor, since why not? Goes to 1. Yep, and then that's my turn. They have initiative 2, so they can start attacking and stuff now. So the Muse's attack increases by 1. They're on 3. And then physical attack of 3 minus 1, so they deal 2. Takes me to 13. And then secondary, choose 3 cards from your hand and shuffle them face down. Choose 1 at random and discard it. Okay, yeah, that's sick. Oh, choose 3. Choose 3 cards from your hand and shuffle them face down. Okay, so choose. Alright, so trying to think ahead. I'm definitely going to try to put their poison on them next turn. They have 2 defense. I'm not going to use this for a little while, so I'm not going to... Man, this would be a great card for later. I don't know. Man, I got like all physical attack except for these 2. Alright, I want to do the poison twice, definitely. Alright, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And then Crushing Claymore would be great, too. Definitely don't want to get rid of that, so... Man, Hibiscus. So I'll take the risk with these 3. Okay, so shuffle these. Then I got to get rid of 1. So this one is discarded. Dancing Dagger. Alright, that's what I wanted to get rid of anyway. Alright, choose 3 cards from your hand, shuffle them face down, choose 1 at random and discard it. Return the remaining to your hand. Alright, so that's their turn. Oh man, I'm supposed to be on 3 volt. Yeah, 3 volt, turn 3. Yeah. Alright, 3 volt. Have 6 cards now in hand. Turn 3, definitely wanna just go ahead and do physical attack. Put the poison on them, right? I only have 3. Yep, I've only got 3, so. Ooh, or I could just Crushing Claymore. Man, have they been increasing their attack? Yeah, they're at 3. Okay, I Crushing Claymore. If I Crushing Claymore, I'm not going to take... I'm just kind of skipping their thing. And then I'll have 4 next time, so then I can bump the attack 1. and then I could actually put 1 damage on them plus do the poison. Or if I just do the poison now, that's kind of the same effect. Excess half your opponent's life, rounded up. Alright, so I know I got the Spectral Lupine. Alright, let's just put the poison out there now. So, okay, your opponent. Okay, so physical attack, they have, I got 2 attack, they got 2 armor, so it does nothing. But your opponent gains the following bonded effect at the beginning of their turn. They lose 1 life. That's my whole 3. Pass turn. Man, would it be more important to actually just bump my defense? No, let's do that later. Yeah, let's do that later. Yeah. Alright, their turn. They bump their attack 1. They do their thing. I take 3 damage. 13 down to 10. Yeah, 13 down to 10 because of the defense. I take 3 cards that I don't really want to care about too much. Oh, did I bump them down? I did not bump them down. 14. Yeah, on their upkeep, their poison. 3 cards to get rid of. Man, as long as I knock them down all that much, as long as I knock them down to 7. Oh, but my physical attack sucks though. So yeah, just put this up for keeps. Yeah, you know what? Let's hold on to these. Man, I gotta put 3 up. I just hope I don't lose my poison again. Alright, putting these up. Yeah, I poisoned. I lost that one, so. Alright, man, it's getting real. It's getting real. Alright, this one. Okay, lost to Crushing Claymore. I hate to lose you because I could have stopped him from doing the thing, but maybe I wasn't thinking smart enough. Alright, maybe I should have not put that up for keeps. Alright, my turn. No. They did that. Did they already bump their attack up again? They started at what, 2? Okay, they started at 2. It's now turn 3. They did that. I just did a 3 drop. So that's their first time doing it. Hold on. 2. After 2, they go. They did it once. Yeah, so they're on 4. They're perfect. Alright, so they do that. Man, yeah, this is the thing about solo games. You gotta pay attention to all this order of operations. Alright, so where was I at? They dealt me 3. So they only attacked twice because I'm going into turn 4 now because I've only played a 3 drop so far. Okay, so they dealt me. First turn, they should have dealt me like 1 or 2. Then they dealt me 3. So that's perfect. That's perfect. Just making sure that I'm keeping up with everything. Okay, so I did that. They're done. Their turn is done. Now I go to turn 4. Did I give them their poison? No, I did not. A lot of triggers to keep up with. All right. It's their second turn having the poison. Right? I put it on them on turn 3. Now it's turn 4. Maybe not. I put it on them on turn 3. My turn 3, I went first. Put the poison on them. They suffered the poison. They took a turn. I don't know. I'm just going to say that they did not take it. It seems fair. Maybe not. All right, my goal. So what am I doing now? All right, my turn. I'm on 4 volt right now. Yeah, because I've only played a 3 drop. Okay, so now I can start playing 4 drops. Okay, definitely do this now. So Spending all 4 to do X is half your opponent's current life rounded up. So they have 13. So we'll do 7. 7 minus 13. 7 minus 13, what is that? 6. 13 minus 7 is 6, yeah. Yeah, 6. Alright, so that's a limited one-time use. Goes to discard. Put them on 6. This card is very OP, but I mean, it has to be. Magical attack, so it bypasses the defense. Alright, my turn is OV. Their turn, they take a poison damage. Their turn, they bump their attack up by 1. It's 5. It's getting real scary. Alright, they swing 5 on my 1 defense. That's 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta take a loss of 1 card. Oh, it's all 3 of my cards right now. Hopefully they don't get my Hibiscus Flare, because if they do that, if they get that, I might be screwed. Please just don't get the Hibiscus Flare. I could have been keeping track of this, but I've already lost track if I were trying to keep track of it. Wink, wink, not really. Alright, which one is it? I will let the fate decide. So 2, 4, 6. I mean 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. 5 to 6. Don't be flare. Okay, cool. Dripping ink. Alright, so that one gets discarded. Don't get to do 2 poisons, but that's okay. 2 cards left in hand. And then how would this even work? Alright, so we're on my turn now. They already did their thing. We're on 5 now. Man, I could do the support draw thing. My physical attack is horrible. So okay, so I do the poison. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, so I guess my best thing is just bump up my defense at this point. Spend all 5 on defense, and then I don't really have much to worry about. Yeah, I just poison them to death, then I'll be good. Alright, so I just spend all 5 on defense. Hopefully I can keep the Hibiscus in my hand, and then I'll be okay. Alright, so spend all 5 on defense. Your defense becomes 5. X is the cost you pay to use this card. So my defense becomes a big old 5 instead of whatever it was. I could even spend 4. And then doing Kindle. But screw that though. Yeah, screw that. Well, man, I might need to. I mean, if I lose that Hibiscus. Man, if I lose that Hibiscus, then I'm really screwed. I could do a support draw. Yeah, you know what? Let's play it smart. And then let's spend 4 on there. 4 on there. So make my defense 4. And then enkindle 1 time to make my attack 3. Just in case if I lose my Hibiscus. Yeah. Alright, that sounds good. Yeah. Alright, so I can take 2 and be okay. Okay, their turn. They do increase their attack by 1. They're on 6. They swing 6 on my 4. That's 2. Then I lose one of these cards. Do not be Hibiscus. Do not be Hibiscus. One through 3, 4 through 6, 4 through 6. Not Hibiscus. Son of a gun. Alright. So this one's going away. How am I gonna win? I don't know. Got 1 card in hand. Man, I wish that was Hibiscus, man. Wish I still had Hibiscus. Alright, got this card. My attack sucks. It's turn 6. It's turn 6. Good thing about this card, I can keep using it though. So they suffer poison damage. I didn't do that. They suffer that poison. So they're at 3. They're at 4. Okay, I just keep on bumping my defense. I got 6. I can make my defense 6. They'll do 1 to me. They still suffer poison. We're both at 4 damage. If I take... Next turn, they're going to be swinging 7. I'll suffer 3 damage. If I do my physical attack, bump that up. 4 on there too. They'll be doing 2 damage. Oh yeah, the poison will knock them out. I think I'm ahead. All right, so I will spend the 5 right there. No. I'll enkindle first, taking me to 4 attack. Spend the remaining 5 to do physical attack. Oh, this ignores their defense. This card is gravy. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. This card was actually probably better than Hibiscus. All right, so I do 5. I ignore their defense. So I'm swinging 4, which is all the life they have. I ignore their defense. I won since day 1. All right. Daisy. Get your lolicon self out of here. Get your lolly self out of here. All right. Going to game 4. I might have cheated on game 2, but I'm not sure because they didn't say any rules about double KOs. So I'll just take that as they ETB'd, they lost, then I still remained on the field. We'll just say that. All right. Going to Muse number 4. Muse, that was a good band. What did they sing? I think I've totally forgotten by now. Muse. What song did Muse have? They sounded like, what band did they sound like? Been so long since I've listened to alternative rock like that. They don't even really come out with alternative rock like that anymore. It's strange to me. All right, Muse. What the hell song did they have? They sounded like Radiohead, I think. But yeah, Muse. All right, 0 everything out. Kind of always lump them in with Panic at the Disco. I chime in, image we will ever heard of. All right, what am I doing? All right, next Muse. All right, Protea, the Fire Blast Witch Protea. 3 initiative, so I get 3 free turns. 0 attack, 2 defense. Clarity, the Muse's defense increases by 1. Okay. Burn to Cinders, magical attack 6. That is... that. Okay, that's ridiculous. So I gotta kill her very fast. Alright, so 2 defense, right? 2 defense. I have to be bumping my attack, right? I'm not sure. They're going to be having high defense, and they're going to be swinging 6 at me every turn. Hey, you know what? Put them there. Okay, turn 1. Can't use any of these, naturally. Alright, bump my attack because they've got defense. Or bump my defense. Yeah, no point in bumping my defense because they have magical attack. That's all they have. So, bump my defense 1. My defense becomes 1. Pass turn. They skip their turn 2. My turn 2. Only have 1 2-drop. I could look for another card, or I can make my defense 2, but it doesn't matter. My defense doesn't matter. All right, so I could look for another card, or I could increase my attack. Oh, I increase my attack, not defense. Yeah. Increase my attack again this turn for 2. Yeah, because bumping my defense makes no difference since they have freaking 6 magic attack. Alright, so I spent one. I have one floating, but I have nothing to spend it on. Turn 3. I take my turn 3 first, I think. And then they go. Yeah, I take my turn 3 first. Alright, turn 3. I think I want to go ahead and put that poison on them. Yeah, I mean, the poison is going to hit no matter what, so I don't want to even too much think about it. Just put the poison on them. 3, put the poison on her. 3. Man, the fact that they're doing 6 damage to me every turn, that's crazy. Man, let me kind of think about this. Oh, okay, I do Crushing Claymore. Then they can't do that move next time. Ooh, and I do the physical attack too. Yeah, alright, well, let's just put the poison on there because that's just my strategy. Man, I've come too far to be doing that, just to not be thinking it all the way out. I could draw a card. I could make them not do that next turn. I can make them not do that next turn. Let's put the poison on there. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, 3, poison is on you. Your turn. You'll take 1 of your upkeep. And then now it's time for your turn 3, which is 1 for you. Okay, so your defense increases by 1. You're on 3. You do 6 magic attack, which is zany. Alright, now I'm on 9. Golly, I can't. Man, I can't survive with 3 turns doing that. But, oh yeah, what turn is it? 3, 4. Okay, turn 4 now. Okay, my turn. Okay, yeah. I mean, as long as I got this, then I think I'm pretty good. All right. Okay, number 4. Limited. Spin this one. 4. This actually goes here. Okay, so X spinning 4. X is half your opponent's current life. Oh, no. Yeah, so it costs 4. Spending all 4 mines. X is half your opponent's current life, rounded up. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. 14 to 7. All right, that's limited. That gets discarded. Their turn, they take a poison damage. They increase their defense by 1. They're at 4 defense. They swing 6 magic at me. 9 goes to 3. My turn. Turn 5. Which is just enough to do this doozy. Oh, my physical attack sucks though. I think I might lose this one. I forgot about that. Oh, I can stop him with the Crushing Claymore. And then bump my attack up at the same time. Okay, how can I get out of this? I could do Magic Attack 3. 5. Okay, so I stop him next turn from doing the 6 damage to me. The poison is going to hit him, taking him down to 5. They were at 7. I already took them down. 5. And then if I bump my attack up, okay, so I do that. That's 3. I got 2. 2 still up. Do my attack at 3. My attack's not ever going to get past all their defense. Oh, but I can just ignore that though. So 4, 3, 4. I think I got it as long as that upkeep one hits him. I think I just barely got him. All right, so I Crushing Claymore for 3. Your opponent. Oh, I do a physical attack too. Oh, but my physical attack sucks. So first I'll enkindle, spending 1. Got 4 remaining. My attack goes up 1, 3. Then I have, okay, make my defense 1, doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter at all. Now spend a 3 on the Crushing Claymore. Physical attack of 3, doesn't get beyond their defense. But your opponent chooses, oh, no, they can't do the thing. They could have really printed this like upside down for like a solo card. Who cares about the art? Like put it right there or something. But yeah, Crushing Claymore, choose one of the Muse's actions. The Muse will not perform that action on their next turn. Alright, so they cannot do Burn to Cinders for 6 magic attack next turn. And that's a limited, so it gets discarded. Okay, now that was my turn, right? My turn. Yeah. All right, my turn. They take a poison, go down to 5. Their turn. They bump their defense up 1. Well, what was it at? Like 4, 5? I mean, if it's turn, man, I really don't even remember. I could run the camera back, but I mean, it's not gonna matter really. Yeah, because the 3 exceeded my 4, so now they're on 5, I believe. All right, now they can't do their thing because I blocked it. I negated it for the turn. My turn, turn 6. Got 6 mojo to spend. Basically, I just enkindle 1 time, bump my attack up. I think I drew like just a good hand. Well, I think I just made a good hand. All right, so I swing. So I just enkindle 1. I got 5 remaining. I do physical attack. This attack ignores the opponent's defense, so I'm dealing them 4 from 5. That's 1. On their upkeep, they take poison damage. They lose. Fine. It's the final battle. All right. All right, man. This will be the... Man, I mean, like, I've only played, like... This isn't what you call a solo campaign game. It kind of is. Like, it's a lightweight solo campaign game. But just like a 5-boss dungeon. But I haven't completed many solo tabletop games in my life, so this is kind of an accomplishment. I might have cheated on the second one, but we're just going to say that ETB killed them before they got to hit me, which seems reasonable to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, why do I have 8 cards? Oh, this card. Kindle. All right, man. Yeah. I think I've only support drawn once and didn't even use the card, I don't think, but kind of reminds me of that move and Exceed. That Exceed game, if you've ever played that. The level 99 games. All right, final battle. All right, zeroed everything out, ready to go. And it's not a gold, so I have a really good chance. All right, attack 2, defense 0, Zeddy. Man, that poison is really coming in clutch for me. And 1 initiative, so they only skip 1 turn. Hidden Blade, physical attack. You can't respond to this attack. I haven't been responding to anything. And Lamia Dust, 3 magic. Tribute, the Muse takes 3 damage. Apply. They take tribute first for me. And then Trailblazing Flute, she's got 3 moves, and it's a passive. Increase all damage you take by 1, and decrease all damage the Muse takes by 1. Okay, so the U is me, and then decrease all the damage the Muse takes by 1. All right, so what's the strategy here? Basically doesn't make sense to, well, no, they did. I mean, they do have physical attack and magical attack, so she's hard. Yeah, so definitely bump up my defense. Increase all damage I take by 1 and decrease all damage she takes by 1. That's not fair. All right, 2-0. 2-0. I'm zeroed out. Turn 1. I might as well scoot this up. All right, turn 1 for me. Cool thing about this game is you don't start the game drawing cards. You don't start your turn by drawing cards. You just have a hand. All right, so I know I've only got 2 drops and up, so defense seems a little bit more important. No, but you only do defense like when it's kind of like important, right? Ooh, man, this is a tough one to go on. Tough one for the final boss. If I do attack, they have no defense. They take 3 damage as well. If I poison her, and I'm just getting my defense up, man, how is this gonna work? Yeah, I better scoot it back a little bit though. I still need space for the discard. Man, how does this work? Okay, so they're dealing me 2. They're dealing excess damage and taking less damage. Decrease all damage the muse takes by 1. Taking damage. How does that work with poison though? At the beginning of your turn, lose 1 life. Lose 1 life versus taking damage. Take 1. Man. Okay, take and deal damage. Taking and dealing damage causes the affected player to reduce their current life. Losing life is not the same thing as taking damage, and therefore effects that state lose X life can't be affected by damage modifying effects. All damage, increase all damage. So losing life and taking damage is a different thing. So hopefully poison is just losing life. Okay, yeah. So, okay, poison still applies. Okay. Okay. Poison is losing life. Therefore, bypasses taking damage. Man, I keep saying I need to play more solo games, but hopefully doing this tonight can kind of get me into the habit more. Even though I have a million other things to do. Need to be designing games, not playing. But it goes hand in hand, kind of. Alright, yeah, so since the poison does work, that does seem like a good solid way to guarantee 1 damage on his fool every turn. So, alright, so 1 damage. Should I get my defense up? Because they're doing 3 damage every turn, plus they're taking 3. If I get my defense up, they're throwing physical attacks on me next turn. So I better get my defense up. No. But if I do that on turn 2, let's attack first. Let's get that attack up first. They have 0 defense. Get my attack up first. Turn 2, I'm going to definitely do the defense. So, alright, so turn, get my attack up. Their turn. They wait 1 turn. Their first turn is turn 1 as well. Okay, so then they go now. Alright, so their physical attack for 2. I take 2. 13. Magical attack 3. They also take 3 damage. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 to 12. Increase all damage you take by 1. And decrease all damage the muse takes by 1. Oh, man. Takes 3 damage. Oh, takes damage. Oh, man, that sucks. Okay, so they lose that. So they're only on 13. And then I actually take 2 more damage. I have no defense. I maybe should have gotten that defense. It might be too late to go back. All right, but anyway. Yeah, that blows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plus 1, 2, 3. Man, that's rough. Man, why must you be the last one? All right, man, I might have should have got my defense up, honestly. All right, my turn, turn 2. Definitely making my defense 2 now. Pass turn. They don't have any poison. They deal 3 on my 2. 1 damage. The muse takes 3 damage. 1, 2. Increase all damage you take by 1. Decrease all damage the muse takes by 1. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I might have lost this one. It sucks. All right. Turn 3. Crushing Claymore on Crushing Claymore on their Lamia Dust. They still are gonna have to do the tribute though. Yeah. All right. So Crushing Claymore on their Lamia Dust. So their turn. They do 3 to me. Minus my 2. 1 down. Man, I'm down to freaking 2. All right. But they still got to deal with that 3 though. Tribute. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Damage they take. That's so stupid. They only take 2. My goal turn 4. This is always my course of events. I mean, my course of actions is always Spectral on turn 4, Zealous on turn 5. All right, so what would this do for me? They're on 7. They would be on 4. Okay, so 7 would be 4 minus 1 is 3. No. 9. That'll be 5 minus 1, which is 4 damage. That would take them down to 5. They do 3 damage to themselves, and then they kill me next turn. Yeah, man, why did it have to end on this fool? They got no defense. Maybe I should have just been attacking them. Yeah, I think I lose this run, man. That sucks. Would have to bump that up. Had to. I could draw a game for a life thing, but that wouldn't save me though. Okay, if I make my armor 4, they're gonna swing 2. My defense blocks it. Then they do the magical attack. Nothing I can do about that though. Wild swing is what they call it in Exceed. This usually saves me, but not right now because they're taking less damage than they really should be. That's the garbage right there. All right, so I guess I got a wild swing. Draw, spin 2, draw 3 and keep 1. No, draw 3 and creep 1. Cost 8. Yeah, I can't use any of this. These cards suck. Yeah, I can't use any of these. That there. Tap these 2. Now I got 2 left. Black Blade, undefendable, 1 damage. That's nothing. Dancing Dagger, after resolving this, same thing. Alright, so deal the 1 damage, and then they don't even take that, so bounce back to hand. Actually, like, the better thing to do is to... Yeah, there's no better thing to do. Well, I mean, they didn't do anything, so... Enkindle 1 time. And then... Pass turn. They swing 2 on my 2. They swing 3. I'm out of there. They go to 7. That's garbage, man, Zeddy. That's so garbage. Alright, so you just gotta attack into her, or you gotta have healing cards, I guess. Man, that was a good run too, man. Lost on the final boss. Alright, but that was Blade Rondo. Almost made it. I maybe kind of cheated on the part 2. I mean the second one, but maybe not though. You will rule the day, Zeddy. You will rule the day. Alright, for your games, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with some more Blade Rondo content until I beat this solo campaign at least. Double deuces.